Hello and welcome to GameFile, the first GameFile of 2021. I hope you all had a good new year. I'm going to be playing some Amiga games today. In fact, I'm going to play some early Bitmap brothers. Well, I think I might do a double bill here. I might do Xenon and Xenon 2 Megablast. So, Xenon, 1988, came out on Atari ST, Amiga, Commodore 64. It was a shoot 'em up that basically put the Bitmap brothers on the Bitmap. Published by Melbourne House, this was the game that really made their name and enabled them to define what they were all about. Now, the Bitmap games always had a certain, some would say, chromatic, metallic lushness to them. And this was the first game of the Bitmaps that I explored, I enjoyed, and I thrilled in, because I got an Atari ST, and I got the pack which had the 32 games with it, and one of the games was Xenon. Now, Xenon 2 Megablast that came along later, in fact, a year later, that hit me not just because of the Bitmap brothers, but also because of the soundtrack for it, which we'll get to that later on in this episode. So anyway, let's just make a start with loading up a bit of Xenon, shall we? I'm using the FSUAE arcade, as you can see in the top corner there, which is a skin for the Amiga emulator, and it basically gives it an arcade front, which is ideal. Now, I've not tried loading this up on the Amiga simulator yet, so let's see if this works. Now, I've got my Amiga emulator set up for loading, so I can hear the little clicks in the background that tell me, yay, this is a disc loading. It's a nostalgia thing. I have not played this game in any way, shape or form since I was about 16? Yeah, it must be about 16. Bitmap Brothers present Xenon. Press spacebar to... Oh, that was quick. Press fire to start. Okay, fingers crossed. Oh, I remember that tune. Din, 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 din. Sector 1. Sector 1. Ooh, digitised voices. Okay, get used to the controls, what they're doing. That's fire. And moving around. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's not a good start. Man, I've forgotten how absolutely perilous the Bitmaps games could be. Yay! Boosts. Oh, yay! Dead. That's better. Hold down the fire button, rapid fire. I know at some point you start flying a ship. I remember I was worse than this when I used to play it. I've always been bad at Xenon. Xenon 2 was more my bag. But that didn't stop me from playing this game over and over again. Never let being bad at a game stop you from enjoying it. I think the most I ever got to, after many months of playing, was the 3rd level. Yeah, I'm starting to get the skill now. As you can see, starting to get a bit more fluid with your movements. Hey, you cheeky bugger, coming backwards into the way. Ah, there we go. I'm flying now. I'm flying, man. I'm flying. And now it becomes a traditional horizontal scroller. Oh, firepower. There was something about... I've always been a shoot-'em-up fan. There's something about shoot-'em-ups that give you loads of ridiculous power-ups and make you blast weapons off from all different directions that has always appealed to me. Oh, I remember not liking the beam. I prefer the bullets. Boss battle. Come on. Yeah, gotta get him. Gotta shoot him in his gotta shoot him in his hole. Like that. Yeah. I have to say I quite enjoyed that, so I'm going for another round on this before we'll switch over to Megablast.
Sector 1.
Oh, hang on. Hey, whoa. Didn't realise you could transform early. I don't know how I did that, and I can't remember how you do it. Oh, yeah, you wobble from side to side, and you can change. Gotcha. I really should have read the instructions. Probably would have helped. Because now that's a whole game changer. Now I can take the time when I need to. Shift over when I don't. Oh! Game changer. Pay attention, Andy. Pay attention. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, well, that was just... That's it. Take him down. Take me down. To a paradise city. So yeah, now I've got this Amiga emulator all up and running. At some point, Speedball 2 Brutal Deluxe is going to get played. And possibly, I will not be seen again. As my whole life gets committed to trying to complete a season and win. Which I've never won a season on there. Did well, but never won a season. Okay. Coming to get you, Barbara. I don't know why I called this boss Barbara. It made absolutely no sense. But I'm committed to it now. It's staying like that. And I'm just determined to get killed. portal is open. A few good shots in there. Timing of his sprays of bullets just needs to be right. This next one should be a good time. Oh, no, that was not. Oh, yes! Got him! Let me just wiggle my joystick. And I wiggled again, and I'm back. So, I managed to successfully get to the first boss, sub-boss, it's not the end of that first level, there's still a good bit more. Yeah, it took me a while to get used to the control mechanisms on there, but I now realise why it was that I kept going back to it. Dave Whittaker did some awesome soundtracks on a plethora of games, always a name to look out for. Right, stick with me, because next is Megablast. So there we have Xenon 2 Megablast in all its glory. Screenshots of the bottom. See, this is what I like about this emulator, is everything that, like, it just sells the games. Having the screenshots at the bottom gives you an idea of what you're going to be playing. I mean, Xenophobe is another game that I used to love playing. And it's just a little wheel to rotate round and load up the games that you want to play. The original Worms. Still a beauty. Anyway. This is the game we're going for, Megablast. Amiga DOS, Amiga DOS. I never owned Amiga. I think I've told you that on one of my previous videos. So delving into the Amiga is an absolute joy for me, because I had to go around to one of my mates to lavish myself on the sound chip of the Amiga. I absolutely loved the music on the games. Oh. Megablast, Hip Hop on Precinct 13 by Bomb the Bass. Bomb the Bass, I was heavily into the house music scene, and Tim Simonon and Bomb the Bass, love it. I've still got the cassette of this album lying around somewhere, and I bought the CD of it in later years, and I've also got it on digital. Absolutely love Bomb the Bass. Some amazing tracks. Beat This, Beat That, Megablast, the Megablast rap featuring Merlin. Oh. From some of my t-shirts that are worn over time, you might think that I'm a bit of a metalhead, and I am, but I like any music that just gets me into it. And I think my love of gaming, and because house music is very techy, it's very like, it feels like it fits into the genre of games, as you can see. This is why I was drawn to it, because it just brought the same kind of pleasure as listening to sound chip coded music. Anyway, let's get into the game, shall we? One player game, music on, of course. Now, insert game disc, because this game came on 2 discs and I should have set up multiple media, but I didn't because I'm an idiot. So let's swap that disc. There we go. Yeah, I still need to sort out some of the configuration in the back end of this to have it auto default to load up multiple discs, etc, etc. But I'll fix that by the time we next play. Get ready, player 1. Oh, I'm ready, baby. I'm ready to delve into a game that I have not played. I think I last played this on an Atari ST emulator about 10 years ago. Because this is a game that I just had fond memories of and wanted to see, and I loved it again. So, 10 years later, do I still love it? As you can see, I've got Turbo Fire set on the control pad for naughty reasons. I really shouldn't. I really should play this properly, shouldn't I? So, time to bash me thumbs a bit. Click. Right, so Megablast works on the principle of killing aliens, and they drop coins, and you'll be using the coins to get upgrades through the game. You can also use your retro rockets to go back a slight bit, but the map is still trying to move forwards all the time. And I used to know the patterns of them off by heart. You only have a limited amount of time to collect the coins as well. Now, I remember on the Atari ST, it still had the theme music, but it wasn't as clear. All skill gone from this game. I did manage to complete this way back in the ST days, but it took me a lot of time to get there. It was basically memorising the paths that the enemies take, which is pretty much the norm for a lot of shoot-em-ups from the retro era. It's all about how good your memory is. Check this out. Well, how about cutting some rebarb? Yeah, 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 yeah. The enemy designs. It's like I said before on the intro, is that, you know, the bitmaps had a certain visual style and a certain chromatic flair to them, and they made their enemies look like weird living creatures of an almost techno-organic nature. Oh, it was always a sign of like a polished game if the bitmap logo was on there. Oh, I hated these things. Let's collect that coin first. It's a Megablast. Ah! Yeah, I just done Turbo Fire to get past that bit. Come on. Mo money, mo money. Ah, missed it. Wait for the hip hop. And I should be approaching the shop here, if I remember correctly. There we go. Midpoint of every level, you get access to a shop where you can spend your hard-earned cash. Dramatic pause as it loads. It's little touches like the fact that he's listening to the same music on headphones. Love it. You get a choice of selling what you've already got. I don't want to, so we'll go straight to the buying. Now, there's not a lot of selections. There's also fire, advice, speed up, more health, also fire, or super Nashwan power. Now, simply because I feel that I just want to share what it looks like with every weapon, I'm going to do super Nashwan power. And what that does is it gives you all the boosts for a very, very short time. In fact, it's such a short length of time that it runs out just when you need it, as you will see. Some might say that that was an absolute waste of a purchase, but you know what? Just to see this, it's not. Three, 2, 1, it's a Megablast! And there we have 10 seconds of absolute mayhem destruction raining down on the whole level, which runs out just as things get interesting. Oh, zap. Oh no. Don't, whoa. Completely forgot that those guys pop up behind me there. But luckily, I wasn't hit by them. Fly in a straight line, you idiot. No. I got myself snagged. Top of the high score chart, because there's been no high scores except 1,000 points, so it doesn't really feel like I've achieved anything. I forgot my name. Why have I forgot my name? Okay, I'm quite happy with that. Will I continue the game? I've got 2 more credits. I won't at this point in time. I'll leave it for today's recording. But let me come back out of all of this while I wrap up. So that was just a little taste. Basically a chance for me to test out the Amiga emulator with 2 games that I absolutely loved. As you can see, I've got a wide variety of games. Oh, the original XCOM games, UFO. I might actually start streaming some retro games and stream a game of UFO Enemy Unknown. Yeah, I've just started to dabble with Twitch. If you want to head over there and look for FilmFile UK, there's only 2 videos on there at the moment when I was just testing it out. But I'm toying with streaming the occasional retro game. When I feel like setting a few hours of playing retro games, I'll stream it, and I'll still do these little game files where I look back on a particular game. But as you can see, I've got enough to work through on the Amiga. Speedball and Speedball 2 Brutal Deluxe there. Both games are really good. Speedball 2 obviously is the more polished version and absolutely epic. Space Hulk, Space Crusade. Oh, I remember spending hours working through the campaigns on that. Smash TV. There's one that I'm definitely going to have to play at some point. But anyway, I'm getting distracted by looking at all the different games that I've got available. Skids. Hope you've enjoyed this little look at bitmaps. Trust me, we will be going back to the bitmaps because there are the Chaos Engine games that I have never played. I always wanted to play them, never had them. So I will at some point play the Chaos Engine. Thank you very much for watching. See you again soon. Keep gaming, people.